I have returned home to lead this country to greatness.
You must leave immediately. This was an assassination attempt. You were nearly poisoned.
You will wed young Francis someday soon. For your faith, for your people, for Scotland.
This is the news of a crisis in Scotland.
The English?
They're massing on the border.
Demas asked me to marry him.
France won't help us, and I will have no choice but to accept Portugal's offer.
You we must go home now.
I'm walking away from France. I will stake my claim on England, and I will marry your son. But not Francis. Bash. Legitimize him and make him the next king of France.
Our country is on the knife's edge of falling into Protestantism, and we are Catholic rulers. You need France, a Catholic country at your side now. Marry its next king and the Protestants will scurry into the darkness. Marry Francis.
The day of my marriage, a secret contract was slipped in amongst the others.
It gives Scotland to France if I die without an heir. France has betrayed us. So I charge you men to take the news with you.
Tell Lord Hardy, the leader of the Protestants who oppose my mother, they will raise such a stake the contracts will never survive.
You'd defy Marie de Guise.
I would defy the devil himself if he tried to buy and sell my country. I will not risk Scotland's freedom.
We have waited a long, long time for you to rise.
Scotland needs to see her queen, to bow before her as I do, with pride and with duty. Come home to Scotland.
Guards, surround the queen.
Scotland cannot blunt the English threat alone, Your Grace, especially not now.
Yes, I've heard all about it. Protestants threatening your mother. She needs reinforcements, just like always.
No, not just like always. She is under siege. There are soldiers at her gates.
You hired a mercenary to kidnap Catherine.
I didn't mean for it to go that far. But yes, now to get out of it, I have to pin the crime on someone else. I traded one life for another today. And I prayed that I've saved my mother, but at what price?
She's wearing the English coat of arms. Such glory you promise, and so cunning you've become. How you've changed since you came back to us from convent. I miss the girl you were.
Many will. She was easier to kill.
Hold it down! Hold it down!
Protestants came looking for Francis. I was raped.
You will suffer and die, and I will live. In 100 years, as queen, I will be remembered, and your name will be forgotten.
I'm going to return to Scotland to rule in person. To remind my people that I am their queen. Come to Scotland with me.
Why should I stand by while you steal my son's army to run off with your Bourbon prince?
Elizabeth is building a Protestant campaign to take over Scotland. France could be next.
I don't believe that.
I'm trying to save my country.
Your country is all but lost. Do not drag us down with you.
French and English troops are to withdraw from Scotland immediately, thus ending the war. You must also sign away your claim to the English throne.
Give up my birthright. I've been left with nothing! I will take back what is mine. If you want to stop me, you'll have to kill me!
That doesn't change anything. You signed that accord.
It is your word against mine!
I came here when I was 6 years old. I barely remember Scotland. It's a romanticized picture in my mind. France has always been my home. Now there is nothing but Scotland. In the hope of a new alliance.
You must marry Don Carlos.
Are you suggesting that I use his condition for my own gain?
For Scotland.
They are starving.
Dear Lord.
These children are victims of the cropland, Scott.
Thank you, Duke, for embracing our engagement so quickly.
So, Scotland, great.
The prince has lied to us all to gain Scotland under false pretenses. He was planning to have me killed.
I've just learned that John Knox and his followers have stormed the gates of Edinburgh Castle in an act of protest. Their numbers so vast, your brother James, even as regent, was reluctant to punish the treasonous act. They will not accept your rule or your return to Scotland unless you agree to convert to Protestantism.
The Vatican was steadfastly behind me. They've agreed to help me gather any forces I need.
They plan to kill Elizabeth after she names me her successor. The world would blame me. If I want to cross the seas without English interference, that means I'd have to leave
now.
This is a broken land. It's devastated and ripped apart by England and France. You saw what happened on the beach. They kill foreigners, they don't reason with them.
I am not a foreigner, I am a Scot.
I sent my men to France to kill you.
And they failed. My husband protected me. Francis is dead because of you.
I am Mary, Queen of Scots, and I have come to my throne.
I will let no one take my country from me.